I don't see how anyone can defend this.
Ooh, pick me. I know how. I love playing devil's advocate. But how to go about this video? Well, I guess that answers that question.
2 to the 1, from 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat.
Hey everybody, Nochin here just to bring you some amazing content. I've been thinking about making this video for a while, you know, like 1 hour after these 2 videos were uploaded, but I decided to hold off on it, and boy, am I ever glad I did. So much evidence came out to find out that these 2 videos are bullshit. In almost every claim, I will be explaining the ones that aren't bullshit, but holy shit, am I gonna go into the bullshit ones. Instead of doing this very seriously, I'm just gonna do it like my joking self. So with that being said, play that.
This is a serious video on a serious matter.
And this is an unserious video on a serious matter.
This behaviour is unacceptable from anyone, regardless of their popularity, and I'm sickened to think that I used to associate with and defend this individual.
Well, it seems you must have found some really good evidence on him. I mean, he used to be your friend, and you used to defend him apparently. So I'm guessing you went and questioned the evidence, looked to see if it was legit, everything like that. And you probably got Spoctor's side of the story, seeing how he was your friend at one time. Oh, you didn't do any of that? You just took someone's word for it? Oh.
I don't want this to become some kind of circus where people come forward and start making allegations without evidence.
Yes, let's not come forth with no evidence. Let's come forth with some really bad evidence.
Those people do more harm than good, especially by invalidating those who were personally involved.
Well, considering how many people y'all reached versus how many they reached, I'd say you're pretty wrong in this area.
Because this is such a sensitive topic, I will be putting comments under review. I know people like to make jokes and make light of these kinds of situations, but I don't think it's appropriate to do that here.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say y'all don't want any comments anywhere.
I knew you were a pervert from the beginning. The alarm bell started ringing when you asked young children and those older than you to draw you porn for a competition.
You mean this one? I don't see where it says you specifically need to be a child for this contest. That is like saying Pornhub is targeting kids because kids can find it. You do know that DeviantArt does take down art for other reasons, right? And Furfendi can get around DeviantArt's rules and takes down, right? I don't know, maybe you're talking about this, the guidelines, where it specifically says not to draw porn. Yeah, this evidence is, not all that good for you.
But I thought you had the sense and dignity to not go this far.
Holy crap. I would have missed this point if it wasn't for Sprocket. So Pentagrin thinks this art contest is for porn, and she also thinks it's directed at children, but doesn't do anything to prevent it, like contacting DeviantArt and a few other things that she herself will be talking about Spoctor Theory in a bit.
You like to pretend you're some autonomous force that can't be reckoned with, and I have to laugh because everyone knew you were gonna slip up eventually.
Well now, even if he did think that, you're kinda proving his point. Seeing how the only way you can mess with him is with really bad evidence and taking him out of context, and some things that are just straight up lies. We'll get to those later.
I just wish you didn't slip in the worst way possible.
I can't tell whether or not this is projection or irony. I'm about to say both.
You like to act like a big man, but no big man sends nudes to someone who doesn't want them, someone who is already in a relationship.
If this is true, this is the only thing he's actually guilty of. And what is he guilty of? Well, he's a minor. He's not allowed to take pictures of himself like that. It's against the law and he can actually be arrested for that. That's all assuming if this is true.
Someone who's told you they're uncomfortable with the conversations you were having, and yet you still persisted to have those conversations.
Thank you for showing very little of the conversation. It really does look bad like this, except it looks very out of context. Can we get the full conversation? Oh wait, we have a good deal of it. So starting off with what I'm assuming, Spoctor wanting nudes, and she says she's not comfortable with that. So then he offers nudes of himself, and she says she's not comfortable with that either. And then there's 3 blocked messages, and then she says, thank you. With what they were claiming is that he refused to stop. Here's those 3 blocked messages, and he stops. The next conversation, she's actually talking back and participating in the sexual conversation, and even laughing about it. Now I'm going to tell why this is important, because she has stated herself is that it's normal for them to have sexual conversations. And now she's saying she's uncomfortable with that, hinting that that specific thing she's uncomfortable with, not with sexual conversations as a whole. He's not a mind reader and you're not telling him to stop with all sexual conversations. It's kind of strange that y'all normally had sexual conversations and then all of a sudden you say you're not comfortable with that. You're trying to say that that means you're not comfortable with all sexual conversations, even though you participated in them after this. But how do I know this and where did this happen? Well, with this video right here.
What you're about to hear is a transcript from my experience with Spoctor Theory. The moment I had spoke with him more often, he began to get increasingly sexual. I had ended up getting into a loving relationship in November. This didn't stop him from being this way, and I decided that my investigation needed to see his true colors. I threw out a few responses, nothing too bad in regards to what disgusting topics he had brought up with me. I don't feel bad for acting. Letting the evidence pile up on its own was one of the best decisions I could have ever made to help others.
Yes, it is cut up a bit, and the full video will be in the description below. So she was friends with Spoctor, they would also talk sexual, she got a boyfriend, she never told him to stop with the sexual conversations in general, she only said that she wasn't comfortable with that, and then later actually had sexual conversations. Although the worst part about this is when she actually tries to contact him, while she's in the mindset that she's going to get him to talk sexual, so she goes with the conversation and tries to trap him, which is really messed up because of this.
In fact, he had developed feelings for me.
So when you're contacting him with that intent, I don't know how you could think it was going to go any other way. Hey guys, I went and got evidence on him. I went and contacted him and wanted to get into a sexual conversation so that I can expose him for being sexual. This is clearly how it works. It is not entrapment.
You know who got in touch with me as well?
Was it Putin?
Your ex.
Damn it, a swing and a miss.
You know, your ex who you lied about on everyone's servers, making us ban them because you vaguely called them a blackmailer.
Hey Os, I happen to have this clip.
Also, remember how Atari and Pentagrin said he told people I was blackmailing him? This is the closest thing I ever say to ever being even remotely related to blackmail. Hell, it isn't even blackmail, it's just a fucking flat-out threat. Yeah, I get threatening him was wrong, but I mean, it's a call-out on a pedo, and it's not like I said, if you don't give me a shout-out, I'm gonna expose you.
Well, this is news to me. What kind of definition of blackmail are you using? Because the way you explained it, if he keeps doing this one thing that I don't like, then I'm going to expose him for being a pedo, even though he's not one. I'm going to take him out of context to make him seem like it. Yeah, I don't know what universe you live in to where that's not blackmail.
You know what? You wouldn't need to worry about your ex blackmailing you if you weren't a fucking terrible partner to begin with.
Sounds like someone hasn't seen Family Court. And also, is this you saying, because he's a terrible partner, he deserves to get blackmailed? That sounds pretty messed up.
I had to apologise to them because I felt so guilty for banning them for doing nothing wrong but hurting your fragile ego.
I mean, compared to y'all, I guess they didn't do anything wrong. I mean, y'all pretty much crippled his channel.
I know someone's gonna come out of the woodwork and criticise me for using private screenshots, which I understand is a bad move to make if you're doing this just to make someone look bad.
Trust me, it's 1,000 times worse when your video looks almost maliciously bad with how much is taken out of context and how much is just plain bullshit.
But I believe this is a more serious matter that people need to be aware of.
I agree. Everyone needs to know that all your videos are bullshit.
This is someone tactily preying on people and using their popularity to intimidate them into not saying anything. It's non-contact sexual abuse in its rawest form.
That's a pretty hefty claim. Are you going to show evidence?
I also don't want to be the asshole who sits here and doesn't provide evidence and just expects you to believe me. And the evidence that we've gathered just happens to be these screenshots.
Your evidence fucking sucks.
Because people who were emotionally manipulated by Spoctor have come to me asking for help.
They went to the wrong person for help, and they played you for a fool. Or depending on how you look at it, they went to the right person.
He's already made it abundantly clear to a lot of us that he thinks he's better than us because of the amount of subscribers he has.
Even if that was true, you're just tacking it on to get people to hate him more.
I want to say it right now that I want nothing to do with him in the future. Once this video goes up, he's blocked on all my accounts, he's gone from my life.
I think you missed the block button and accidentally hit the delete button.
He'll never admit anything publicly, and he'll always want to save face.
Guys, if he denies it, he's just doing what I said. Therefore, you can't believe him. I said he would deny it, and if he does, he's just doing what I said. Therefore, what he says can't be true. Trust me, there's only one side to the story. There's no such thing as another side.
I'm not a forgiving person.
Don't worry, we won't forgive you either.
I have no remorse for what I'm saying now.
Really? You have no remorse of leading a witch hunt of an audience over 200,000 against a kid? Oh yeah, by the way, Spoctor is a kid.
People shouldn't suffer in silence. People shouldn't be intimidated by someone just because they have a larger following than them.
Oh, fuck off, Pentagrin. He's talking about shining a light on art thieves. You know, people stealing art from other people and selling it as his own, which you just so happen to cut out the part where you agreed to this.
I've warned Spoctor that his obsession for porn will bring him down, and you know what he said? He said he stopped caring.
No, he said he didn't care about moderating the Not Safe for Work tab in Discord. Discord already has a function and asks if you're over 18.
You want to know what I don't care about, Spoctor? I don't care about you.
Yeah, I think you made that abundantly clear. You didn't even care enough to see if the evidence was true. This part I won't hammer Atari much for reasons. I mostly believe that Pentagrin should have been the responsible one in this situation. I will just be saying the claims she makes and then I will debunk them one at a time. Begging 13-year-olds to draw Not Safe for Work of his OC. She says that with no proof. Claim the 13-year-old artist said that they were uncomfortable. No proof. Like, literally. She doesn't even show any proof of this. Claims the ex-girlfriend, which by the way was the one that provided a whole bunch of this bullshit evidence, had a friend that was venting and he replied with "go touch yourself" or something, which sounds like a joke more than anything, and yeah, we still don't have proof of that. Claims he is transphobic. The very first line of the DM literally states, I don't want to say Spoctor is transphobic, but he's a dick when it comes to pronouns. Him not using your preferred pronouns doesn't make him transphobic. It is a transphobic thing to do, but that doesn't make you transphobic. If he really was transphobic, then why was he dating her? I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this, but I personally think that they/them pronouns is fucking retarded because it goes against the English language. They could pick any word from the English dictionary when they were creating the gender, and they happen to pick a plural form to refer to a singular person. And people wonder why they don't get their gender pronouns taken seriously. He doesn't hate trans people, he just doesn't want to say the pronouns. Hell, I only say my friends' pronouns if I remember them. I have trouble remembering my own name, so don't expect me to get it correct all that often. He doesn't state his age anywhere besides to his friends. I'm sorry, are you new to the internet? He doesn't have to state his age. Not Safe for Work art contest. Already disproved that. Doesn't see how people can defend this. Trust me, it isn't hard. Concede people defending Birdie because she's a child. Oh, wait. You do know that they are both children. The difference between them is one's male and one's female. Are you trying to say females don't know any better and males do? Well, that doesn't fit this progressive 2018 culture. By the way, seeing how people reacted to this video, I'm going to have to say I was joking about that point. Someone out there was probably going to take that seriously. He doesn't watch videos made about him. He doesn't have to. For someone to expect to take his criticism, he sure doesn't practice what he preaches. Burden of proof falls on you. Just because you critique them doesn't mean he expects them to do it. Doesn't pay artists for his sprites. Wrong, and wrong. Doesn't call their artist by name nor gives credit. He gives credit and he makes a video for his artist. This is not just wrong, but this is 180 degrees from right. This is as wrong can get. Beg for money on stream so he can get a fursuit. And a high quality one can be around $2,500, at least from what my friend told me. He wants to get one of those with the cooling on the inside that costs like $4,000, he told me. He tried to beg to get a fursuit for free. He probably didn't know how much it costed at the time and asked if someone could make it for him. That's why he did the donation stream, so he could pay for it. He gives furries a bad name in general. He is a sexual predator. 1. No, he isn't. 2. Every community hates that. That is just something people hate. 3. You're giving YouTubers a bad name as people who don't do research. He endorses tracing. Look at your evidence again. 1, that isn't him. 2, he literally is inside the tweet asking the person why he traced the thing. He didn't endorse it. He sent his subscribers to attack people. Making a post saying someone is stealing art isn't sending them to attack them. I personally wouldn't care too much if he told his subs to go after a thief anyways. Exposing art thieves only exposes them to more people that they can steal art from. This must be your first day on the internet, because that shit would get flagged down hard if you shine a spotlight on it. There's probably so much more that I missed. First, you have to tell me a point that you hit. I don't see a single one. He's just a child excuse doesn't work for this. He's 17. All the accusations that were made against him was when he was 16. He once said he had a crush on Atari. He must have very low standards. Spoctor is a legitimate threat to others. Prove it. I have literally never seen worse rant videos than Pentagrin's and Atari's, and that's saying a lot. Whew, that was a lot to get through. So all I have to say is, congratulations Atari and Pentagrin. Y'all put out so much out of context statements, bogus claims with literally no proof, and just make accusation after accusation, and racked up a combined total of over 300,000 views, which led to Spoctor losing 12,000 subs, him going away for 2 months, him being so broken down in his video he just admitted to just about everything, even though all of it was provably wrong. And of course he's gonna admit to it, because him just making a tweet about suggesting that there might be another side of the story made a lot of people make more videos about him, and everyone saying just own up to your mistakes, and everyone demonizing him just to even dare say there might be another side to this story. So congratulations, y'all chased a kid off the internet for 2 months, is what I would say, but Atari finally put out an apology, and I have quite a few things to say about that apology. The first thing is, if everything could be solved by an apology, then we wouldn't need jails. 2, it sounds like a really backhanded apology as well, with her saying, guys, hindsight is 20/20. While yes, that may be true, but that doesn't mean someone can just grab a gun and go into a police station and start shooting all the cops and then say, whoa, hindsight's 20/20. Maybe that was a bad idea, and it's obvious to tell that it was a bad idea after the fact. Yeah, it's obvious to tell after the fact, but it's also obvious to tell before the fact. The craziest thing is that no one even thought to take the slightest bit of time to research any of the evidence or any of the claims. Y'all literally just started pulling accusations out your asses. And then there's this this comment saying you do not speak for the others. Oh, so are you trying to say the others haven't apologized then? Well, okay then. Y'all made a huge and lasting impact on his channel, and he would have a really good case for defamation if he sued, but hey, whatever. Because if this apology is anything to go by, apparently you talked to him, and apparently he accepted the apology? I don't know. I don't see any evidence of it, and I don't really trust your evidence. In fact, I'm willing to question everything that was said. He probably didn't even send nudes of him, but I can't make that claim for sure. There's no evidence to say he didn't, but I haven't seen any evidence to say he did. All this has been a lot of bullshit. And to say you didn't want it to be a Toon Critic situation? Well shit, at least they actually got the evidence correct. So instead of taking time looking at the evidence, you rushed it out without even looking at the evidence, no asking Spoctor's side of the story, no asking anything, nothing. Okay then. The evidence inside these videos were so bad, me, MangaKamen, and Jar all saw the video and disbelieved it almost instantly. The last thing I want to do is say thank you to Sprocket. For one, me and MangaKamen were taking a little bit of time with our video because we weren't sure of what the public reception was going to be about, to just say, oh, this is all bullshit. And there's a couple of things I didn't even find without Sprocket, and that is the Discord conversation. I had a different way of disproving it, but it would have been very skeptical. The fact that we could find the Discord conversation just proves it 100%. And I suggest y'all go check out either MangaKamen's video or Sprocket's video and give them a sub. And as always, I bid you adieu. Thanks for watching.